What's up and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing the fastest conference call farming guide inside of Borderlands 2. Now before I hop into the method, I want to quickly mention the two sources for the conference call that you have inside of Borderlands 2. And the reason why I keep saying the name of the game is because of course the conference call has made its return in several titles by now. Just so you're not confused, if you think you're watching a video on another game in the franchise, you are indeed wrong. But yeah, the conference call is a fan favorite item. Why else would they have brought it back so many different times over the years? And it all started here in Borderlands 2. Other than obtaining it through a random loot source like a chest or a world drop, your two methods are the Handsome Sorcerer and the Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragonkeep DLC, and of course the Warrior. With all that information being said, in my opinion, your best method for getting the conference call is indeed the Handsome Sorcerer. Methods for getting up to the Handsome Sorcerer quickly will be the Breakneck Banshee Maya method, Salvador rocket jumping, or any other super speed methods that you can find. I know there are a couple more out there. Some of them you may need multiplayer for, like the Axton speed glitch, which I'm not really a huge fan of glitches, but some of them, like the Axton speed glitch, are all in good fun. And if you're farming with a friend and you're Axton and you don't know about that glitch, go search it up on YouTube. There are tons of great videos out there showing you how to do it. It's super easy. You don't need any extra clients or anything. All you need is a full inventory and a friend to host your game. If you'll see in the footage, it's really not that bad of a run to get up to this little teleporter that takes you to the boss fight. You'll see I skip a lot of the enemies on the way most of the time, just to try and save myself the extra seconds. No need in really killing every single enemy on the way up, but I do like to pop some of these pots open, as there is a chance you could get world drops out of these pots. If you didn't know, there's several videos across YouTube as well of people getting world drops out of these pots. I've never seen one myself, but I have seen stuff just as crazy, like a legendary out of a trash can, or a legendary out of a trash pile. I've even seen a Varkid pile legendary. I got a baby maker out of a Varkid pile while farming for Vermivorous back on the Xbox, which I haven't played Xbox Borderlands consistently in about half a decade now, but back when I did, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. So definitely keep popping these pots open on your way up if you're interested in seeing any of those crazy world drops. These pots are some of the ones that I've seen the most clips on easily, which is another reason why Borderlands 2 just has so much replay value, all the different crazy things that can happen to you. If you're familiar with my videos, you'll know I mention that quite a bit because it's easily my favorite part about Borderlands 2. And sure, you have crazy drops inside of Borderlands 3 and even the first game, but none are quite like this one. The feeling you get when you get a legendary inside of this game is unlike any other that I've felt, except maybe Borderlands 1. I feel pretty good when I get legendaries in that game, even though they're a little more common, I feel like. That's also just because pearls are so rare in that game. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble a little bit here. I want to hop back into the conference call. It took me about 25 runs to get this gun here today. I wasn't counting, but there's no way it took me 30 runs, so I'm just going to say 25 as a rough estimate. I also got an Impaler and the Volcano during this farm, which if you didn't know, the Handsome Sorcerer shares an identical loot pool with the Warrior, with all of the grenade mods from the DLC thrown in, like your magic missiles, lightning bolts, fireballs. And I think he's even got a chance to drop the chain lightning. I can't remember, but if you're curious, I did a video on the Handsome Sorcerer where I did 100 runs to figure out how easy is it to get legendaries from him. And in that video, we discovered that the Handsome Sorcerer indeed has an open loot pool, meaning that he can drop many more legendaries than we even knew. Now, this was sort of known knowledge across the community, as there's been tons of footage of people getting supposed world drops from him over the years. But in that video, I'll leave it at the top of the link in the description, I got tons of double drops. I think I even got a triple drop in that video, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a little while since I've produced that video. It's definitely a little over a year ago by now. But what I can say is the Handsome Sorcerer is easily one of the best farms in all of Borderlands. All the different drops you can get, it's just absolutely insane. And I haven't even talked about the gun that we're making this video on. The conference call, if you did not know, easily the best legendary shotgun in the game, excluding the flacker glitches and offhand methods that you can use, or even weapon swaps. Yeah, I know the flacker's a beast of a gun, but the conference call simply succeeds on being one thing: the conference call. And sure, back in the day before they patched it, you know, it with the B shield was an absolute freak of nature. That's another thing I bring up on this channel quite a bit, just because I remember it so vividly. Back in the day, if you joined anybody's lobby on 360, you know how it be. You'd be joining random lobbies all the time. You'd be talking to your homies, right? Or if it's just some random dude you met, you joined in with your friends. You're talking, and they're like, yo, you got a B shield, yo, you got a conference call, and if the other person didn't have them, like, you would just duplicate it because that's just what you did. Everyone was trying to help everybody back in the day. Now, I can't remember if I ever got duplicated a B shield or conference call to me back in the day, but I do remember getting my first conference call from the warrior and going absolutely insane, and the first thing I did was go and farm a B shield after. I remember once I got that B shield, going back to the warrior and just killing him in seconds over and over and over again, dude. Just so much fun. But even now, the conference call is still an awesome weapon, and I still recommend that all of you go and get it. It is still the best weapon to kill so many different bosses in the game, including Haterax. It's easily my favorite weapon to take him on with. If you're wondering about a prefix on this thing, definitely look out for the practicable version, as it's going to give you the highest DPS. And as well, I would definitely try and get an element on this bad boy, as it just makes it so much better. Haterax is easily one of my favorite raid bosses, and I gotta say, if it wasn't for the conference call, I don't know if that fight would be quite as easy as it is, and that's definitely got to be a contributing factor. My favorite elements are the fire and corrosive versions of this weapon. I just find that they're more useful than a shock or slag version, but maybe it's just me, because I think shock is a pretty underrated element, as it works more times than it doesn't, but I completely understand the argument against shock as well, just because corrosive and fire work so much better against their respective enemies. Corrosive obviously being armored, and flesh being the fire. But no matter what, I have to recommend you guys all farm you a couple conference calls, as this thing is a monster on every single character. I don't care whether you're Gage, Axton, Salvador, Zero, it doesn't matter. You need a conference call on your character. And if you don't have one, please tell me, what the hell are you still doing on this video? Get your ass on Borderlands 2 and get to farming this thing right now. The last tip I want to throw out there is, on your way up, you will see this fire mage. There is a chance he can drop you the firestorm as well as the unique fireball grenade mod. The fireball is not the best, but the firestorm is actually pretty decent, so definitely keep a lookout for that. If you guys want to kill him on your way up, definitely feel free. I also thought it wouldn't be a bad idea to mention the D20 chest that you can roll after the Handsome Sorcerer fight. I wasn't able to get anything very good out of it in today's video, but I did want to throw it out there because there's a chance you can get legendaries out of this thing. I don't know about pearls, but I know for a fact you can get legendaries out of the D20s. Mostly just purples though, and that's if you roll a 20. It does cost you a little bit of iridium, but I thought it was worth mentioning just in case you guys didn't know, or you wanted to farm chests while you did this. Which I should probably also mention, there are a lot of mimic chests through this area, so if you guys are looking for those Tiny Tina class mods, definitely be opening those mimic chests on your way up, and you guys will easily have what you are looking for by the end of this conference call farm. But that's really all for tips and tricks on the conference call farm. That is the fastest farming method in the game, and I really hope you all did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to smash a like on it and subscribe if you guys are new, and please follow me on Twitter at Hellfire1948. The links for that will also be below. I'm going to start tweeting out little sneak peeks of upcoming videos and such on there, as well as my DMs are always open if you guys would like to message me with any of your constructive criticism, or hell, maybe you just got some discovery that I don't know about. Maybe I'm just an idiot and you want to slide in there to talk some shit. Either way, I am here. And keep in mind that opinions are like assholes, but that doesn't mean that you gotta be one, buddy. And that's the note I want to go ahead and end on today. I want to go ahead and ask you guys another question, a bit unrelated to today's video, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, just disregard what I'm about to say. But how many of you listen to Utopia out there, Travis Scott's new album? The day I'm making this video was the night it dropped. It should be probably about a week before you guys are seeing this. So the album's been out for a little bit by the time you guys are seeing this video. I want to know what your guys' thoughts were. Honestly, I thought it was a pretty damn solid project. My favorite songs being Telekinesis, I Know, Topia Twins, and Schizo. There was a couple others that I liked, but those were the standouts for me. What are you guys listening to out there, even if you are not listening to Travis Scott, which I know some of the Borderlands community might not be the biggest hip-hop fans, but I figured I'd go ahead and throw it out there since it's a huge album right now. I know some of you guys got to be listening to it down below. So hit me with your opinions on the conference call or Utopia, whatever the hell you guys want to talk about down below. I will be down there responding to you guys and checking out what you have to say. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'm going to be uploading another video this Sunday, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And I'll be back next week with some more awesome Borderlands goodness. Take it easy out there, everybody. Stay safe. And with that, I will see you all in the next one.